Hello everyone! Welcome to this dreamlike journey through the floating city. Venice's alleyways are like a mazzo, narrow and winding. The sky is just a sliver above, with street signs, only in Italian. You're bound to get lost. But don't worry, today we'll be using Google Maps to guide us through the city. It'll lead you through Venice with precision, with just 2 GPS signals. You'll be able to navigate this floating city and discover its magical corners. Even if you're just sitting in an air-conditioned room, you can still join us on this virtual journey, strolling along peaceful canals, or even mixing yourself a Spritz to savor a Venetian afternoon with us. Through this video, we'll guide you into the heart of Venice and to its enchanting atmosphere. Charming canals, elegant gondolas, grand architecture, and colorful homes. Venice is a true cultural mosaic. Bustling piazzas and narrow back streets alike will let you feel the soul of this floating Italian city. It's a destination unlike any other. If this is your first visit to Venice, just relax and enjoy the video. Think of it as having a seasoned guide and good friend walking with you through every scenic moment, sharing stories and fascinating legends along the way. In this video, we'll walk you through 25 must-experience highlights in Venice and present a suggested 4-day, 3-night itinerary to help you plan your own travel adventure. Hopefully, it'll give you some great ideas. Of course, in just 4 days, you won't be able to see everything this marvelous city has to offer. But we've allowed time, not just for sightseeing, but also to relax in piazzas, or sit by the water at a cozy bar or restaurant, to enjoy the local food and drinks, or simply to get lost in its winding alleys. So you can fully soak in the atmosphere of the city. Let yourself be immersed and feel a part of it all. To help you make the most of your time in Venice, we've added some useful travel tips throughout the video. Every place has its own character and charm. So, in the second half of the video, we'll share some helpful travel tips for visiting Venice just for your reference. Lastly, I created a custom map with all the highlights marked. Each location includes brief description in the Shared Maps info panel. You'll find the link to this map in the video description below. Feel free to download it and use it as you like. Of course, we'll also make a separate video to walk you through how to use Google Maps for your own travel guide. That's enough talk, let's get started. From the maze-like alleys to the historic Jewish Ghetto, to Cicchetti and Spritz at cozy corner bars, let's explore this floating city with our feet and our taste buds. After dropping off our luggage at the hotel, we kicked off day 1. The best way to truly fall in love with Venice is simply by wandering on foot. No matter where we go, each turn reveals yet another charming new scene, another lovely street, a small bridge, or a postcard-worthy square bustling. So honestly, just pick a direction and off you go. Venice's historic center is made up of 6 districts. To start, we decided to avoid the crowds and head to Cannaregio, the northernmost district. We took Vaporetto Line 2, the red line departing from St. Mark's Square. The ride takes about 32 minutes to reach the Cannaregio area. While Venice is obviously a major tourist destination, it also has its own local rhythm of life. And this district is one of the best places to feel that authenticity. You won't find the selfie stick crowds of St. Mark's Square here, but you will see locals in slippers and laundry on the lines. Narrow alleys, shutters, and clotheslines hanging between buildings. It all feels lived in and full of charm. One quick tip, as you walk around, be respectful and keep to the right side of the path to avoid those awkward head-on encounters. Venice's Jewish Ghetto was established in 1516. It's considered the oldest of its kind in Europe. At that time, the city's rulers confined Jewish residents to a small island within the Cannaregio District. During the daytime, they were allowed to leave the area to trade and do business. But at night, they were required to stay within this island neighborhood, seen as a ghetto. These harsh laws remained in place until the 18th century. It wasn't until then that Jewish people truly gained freedom from such restrictions. If you're curious to learn more about the history and culture of Venice's Jewish community, you can visit the Jewish Museum or book a guided tour through the museum directly. Either way, it's worth a visit. After leaving the Jewish Museum, we follow Google Map Street View navigation to a lovely canal-side area called
Fondamenta di Ormesini.
just here. And here's where we take a short break in our journey. This charming little canal stretch is lined with cafes, bars, and restaurants. And it's the perfect spotto. Try something very local for the first time. The famous Venetian alcoholic drink, Spritz. When you look it up online, you'll see Spritz is a hugely popular local beverage that you'll find all over Venice. It's made from a refreshing mix of Prosecco soda water and a selected bitter liqueur. It's light and easy to enjoy, often served with a slice of orange or an olive as garnish. You can even ask the bartender to adjust the level of bitterness based on your taste. As for the liqueur options, you might choose Aperol, Campari, or a local Aperol called Peel, from the less bitter Campari to the strongest tasting Aperol. Each one brings a slightly different buzz to the experience, and what pairs perfectly with Spritz. A plate of Cicchetti, your first, but definitely not last. Venetian snack. Cicchetti basically refers to a small plate of bite-sized food. They usually come on
crostini
or small slices of bread, topped with a variety of delicious ingredients. You'll see endless flavor combos on offer. This is probably the most classic Venetian snack. If your Cicchetti comes with sardines and marinated onion, that's the famous
sardine sour,
if it's topped with creamy cod, that would be
baccalà mantecato.
Not a fan of seafood? No worries, you'll find plenty of delicious non-seafood toppings too. Many spots even offer meaty versions, so go ahead and try a local favorite,
polpette.
These are meals made with fried meatballs or fish balls. Inside the bar's glass display case, you'll find a variety of Cicchetti available to order. These are some of the most common snacks. They're beautifully displayed in the glass cases. You can typically order Cicchetti at the bar and enjoy them, indoors or outdoors. Some places have tables where you can sit down. Others, you'll have to eat standing outside the bar. A piece of Cicchetti usually costs around €2. But depending on the restaurant's location, the prices may vary a bit. You'll find bars selling Cicchetti all over Venice. But locals tend to prefer a place called
Barcarò al Bricole.
The name of the bar is shown right in the video, so you won't miss it. It's located along
Fondamenta degli Ormesini.
However, when dining there, a word of caution: watch out for the seagulls, aka pirate kings. Restaurants often provide napkins to cover your fries. Protect them from nearby seagulls. Once, when I placed my salmon crostini on the table for just a moment, a seagull swooped in from Huneswerend, snatched the salmon right off the bread. All that was left was the toast. It was both frustrating and unforgettable. But don't stress too much. At least the toast was spared, right? This kind of casual wine bar is everywhere in Venice. You don't have to look hard to find affordable eats, as long as you're not insisting on a full sit-down restaurant. Meals won't be hard to come by at all. Of course, if we make good use of Google Maps nearby search function, finding anything we need becomes a breeze. After a short break, we strolled toward our next stop, a square with a story behind it.
Campo de More.
It might not catch your eye right away, but it comes with a rather curious legend. Around the square, you'll find stone statues of 3 merchant brothers. Legend has it they once tried to scam an elderly Venetian lady, but she caught on to their scheme. So she cast a curse, turning them all into stone statues. To this day, they're still standing there, like a reminder to be honest and not greedy. And never mess with an Italian grandma. While in the Cannaregio District, we can try squeezing through Cale Varisco, a narrow alleyway. It's only 53 centimeters wide, probably the narrowest path in Venice. If we can't make it through Cale Varisco, or simply can't find it, no worries, there are many other super narrow alleys to explore in Venice. Just type the street name you see here into the Google Maps search bar, and you'll easily find them. As sunset approaches, we arrive at
Cadoro,
the Golden House. It was once the residence of Venetian nobility. Its architecture blends Gothic and Renaissance styles, one of the most exquisite buildings along the Grand Canal. The interiors are lavishly decorated, and you can see flood levels marked on the columns inside. It's quite fascinating. We can also visit the
Galleria Giorgio Franchetti,
located inside the palace. It houses masterpieces by Titian, Mantegna, and other great artists. It's easy to get lost in the beauty of the place. Next, we head to the Old Wild West restaurant, where we made a reservation yesterday. time to enjoy some American-style burgers or steak. This is a Western-themed American bar and grill best known for its wide range of burgers. They also serve Fiorentina steaks made from Italian white cattle. And yes, there are vegetarian options too. After a hearty meal, we stroll toward the Vaporetto stop in front of Codoro.
Codoro fermata.
We're gonna hop on the Vaporetto here. And if it's already dark while we're waiting, we might catch the Codoro light show. This lighting display features a brand new facade. Illumination designed by Studio Passetti. It uses Urco lights and the Casambi lighting control system. The full video lasts 5 minutes and 37 seconds, so we can't show all of it here. But the background music
Follia.
fits perfectly. If you're curious, check the video description, we'll find a link to the full light show. Once aboard, we glide down the Grand Canal heading back to the San Marco Vaporetto stop. Then we transferred to another line back to our accommodation. And that wrapped up our lovely day. Looking back at everything we covered, we've only scratched the surface of this neighborhood. If you'd like, you could easily spend an entire leisurely day here, no matter how you plan it. A stroll through Cannaregio is always rewarding. A perfect way to kick off our Venice journey. After walking all day, do you feel like you've gotten to know Venice a bit more?
Cannaregio.
This relaxed vibe. Its stories, alleys, and local flavors all make this a calm and beautiful start to our trip. In the next episode, we'll dive into Venice's most iconic spots, the Rialto Bridge, the Grand Canal, the Bridge of Sighs, and a mysterious church with a flooded basement. Plus, the Golden Church and towering bell tower in Piazza San Marco, and yes, Casanova, the escape artist. All of that awaits us in the next episode. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And most importantly, share it with friends planning their own trip. See you next time, friends.
Alla prossima, amico mio.